the most common questions I get from growers is, why are my buds so airy? Or they'll send me a picture of their harvest and say, how do I get denser buds next time? The truth is, bud density isn't controlled by just one thing. There isn't a magic nutrient. The best grow light out there isn't going to be the one thing that makes all of your buds dense. And there isn't a secret trick that you should pay someone to learn about that's suddenly going to turn airy buds into rock hard buds. In most cases, it's several factors working together. So in this video, I want to talk about 5 things that may be ruining your bud density. Let's jump in. Number 1, genetics. First thing we need to talk about is genetics, and honestly, this may be the biggest factor on the list. Boring to some, but it's a true story. Genetics, genetics, genetics. Some plants naturally produce denser flowers than others. That's just reality. I've seen growers do everything right and still end up with buds that aren't as dense as they expected, simply because of the genetics they were growing. At the same time, I've seen certain genetics consistently produce dense flowers, even when the grow wasn't perfect. Learn about the genetics in hand before growing them and have realistic expectations. If you're growing a variety known for lighter, airier flower structure, you may never get the same density as a variety that's genetically predisposed to produce dense flowers. Genetics set the possibility. Everything else helps you get closer to that possibility. Number 2, not enough light. The next thing I look at is light intensity. Bud density requires energy, and that energy comes from light. A plant can survive and look healthy under lower light levels, but that doesn't mean it's receiving enough light to maximize flower development. I've seen growers spend hundreds of dollars on nutrients in an attempt to get denser buds while completely overlooking their lighting setup. If the plant isn't receiving enough light, there's only so much it can do. Make sure your grow light is appropriate for your grow space. On the screen right now, you'll see general PPF ranges that you want your fixture to emit for different size grow spaces. For example, if you're growing in a 2 foot by 2 foot grow space and your grow light is emitting less than 300 micromoles per second, then you're not able to provide the optimal amount of lighting. Also, pay attention to hanging height, and if possible, use a par meter to better understand how much light your plants are actually receiving. Improving light intensity is one of the fastest ways to improve flower density. If you're finding this video helpful so far, do me a favor and click that like button. Number 3, harvesting too early. This is another big one. I get a lot of growers that get impatient near the finish line. I get it. You spent months growing the plant and you're excited to harvest. But harvesting too early can have a major impact on bud density. In the final weeks of flowering, the plants are still putting on weight. The flowers continue swelling, calyxes continue developing, and overall density can improve significantly. I've seen growers harvest 1 or even 2 weeks too early, and the buds didn't dense up as they should have. Be patient. Before harvesting, make sure you're looking at the trichomes and evaluating overall plant maturity rather than simply counting days on a calendar. Number 4, environmental conditions. Another major factor is the environment. Temperature, humidity, airflow, all of these things influence how plants grow. The environment impacts everything from water uptake, nutrient uptake, growth rate, flower development. If temperature or relative humidity are constantly outside of the ideal ranges, or environmental conditions are fluctuating consistently, flower development can suffer. Most growers aim for a stable environment, which helps plants grow more efficiently throughout the flowering stage. Here are some good general ranges that you can aim for. Lights on temperature, somewhere around 70 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 21 to 28 degrees Celsius during flowering. Although I personally like that to be a little bit higher at 78 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 26 to 28 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity around 40 to 60% is a good general range for beginners. If you're monitoring VPD, a target around 1.2 to 1.5 kPa is a good place to start. Keeping those environmental conditions in check can help the plant grow faster and produce denser buds. If you're enjoying this type of content, click that subscribe button if you haven't already. I've got a lot more videos like this coming up. Number 5, too much shading in the canopy. The last thing I want to talk about is canopy management. One thing I've noticed over the years is that dense flowers are often associated with plants that have good light distribution throughout the canopy. If large portions of that plant are buried underneath leaves or hidden beneath the upper canopy, those areas simply aren't receiving enough light, and you could see leaves die off. That's where techniques like topping, low stress training, pruning, and even defoliation can help. The goal isn't to strip the plant bare, it's to improve light penetration and create more productive growth. I've seen plants with beautiful, even canopies produce much better results than larger plants with poor light distribution. When many growers look to improve bud density, they're often looking for a quick fix. They jump to an assumption that it's nutrition and that they need new additive that's advertised to harden buds. But in my experience, bud density usually comes down to the fundamentals. The genetics are growing, the amount of light the plant receives, the environment, harvest timing, and how well the canopy is managed can all play a role. If you're struggling with airy buds, I'd start by looking at those areas first. That's usually where I see growers make the biggest improvements. What do you think? Which factor has had the biggest impact on bud density in your grows? Let me know down in the comment section below. Also, if you're not already on my email list, scan this QR code right here. That's where I announce special releases that you won't hear about anywhere else. And if you want to keep learning, check out this playlist here where I've got more videos just like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.